Good afternoon. Travis Johnson with Northwest Survival School. Just taking my dog out for a little walk right here. I wanted to address something about the world today. You know, us as humans have really lost our way of deciding what's right, wrong, moral value, what it is to be a man. And let me tell you something, we got lots of people that are totally oblivious to who they're supposed to be and who they are. Now, as a man, part of our duties is to stand up for what we believe is right. However, what we believe is right and what we're told is right is two different situations, two different stories completely. And a lot of confusion about who people are within themselves. A lot of confusion about who they think they are in gender, male and female alike. And that's just too bad. A lot of it has to do with the problem of us as humans not having anything that's a constant. Now, everything in life is a big fluctuation. Now, you go back to primitive man, there was no fluctuation in their environments very often. It starts at the root of all. So think about it in a primitive nature. You're out there living off the land, you're eating wild game that you're working to get. We're constantly out in the environment, so you don't get as cold. You don't need to eat as much, a lot of things like that. But the difference is there's a consistency in your life when you're a primitive person, or shall I say, indigenous, pre-civilized man. That's the difference. And we, as civilized people, because we need our comforts in life, we have made a lot of environments. So adaptability is something that gets stripped of us as humans, simply because we have so many different environments that we're in. We can never adapt to one fully because they're ever changing. Meaning, as you know, you get up in the morning, you're in your house, you go outside, you get in your car. There you just went through 3 environments right there. Then you'll stop, go to the gas station, another environment, get back outside again. Now you're going to your work or your job or whatever it is, and that might be outside. Not everybody works outside. But if you don't, your environment, now you're in a different building, a whole nother climate. And having that inconsistency at the root level, which is the root level of the environment, and environment can also mean a couple of things. So if you think about environment as our outside, where we're at, the environment we live in at the present moment, then you can think about the external environment, meaning like people. Now, one thing about us versus primitive man is they very, very seldom seen people they didn't know. They always saw people that they knew. So again, there's another constant that they had. And they didn't just, run into random people all the time going to the store or anything. There's a whole nother environment. So you put all these variables on, and you can see right away why man is so screwed up, because there's no constants in our life. And if you have no balance, in other words, everything's up and down because your environments are up and down, the people you meet are up and down, your diet's up and down, you can never do something constantly, or not a bunch of things at one time. Yeah, you might have a constant diet, but the environments are still changing. Primitive level again, as far primal as you can go. Whew, that was a long walk. You just dragged me up that hill behind me, which I know don't look like much, but whew, it's steep up in here. So it's all about the constants we have in life, in the environment that we hold, whether it's people or outside environment, for which we're actually maneuvering in or living in. There's a couple different ways to look at it. Now, if you put all those together, you can see the up and downs that we would face as humans without that constant. environmental impact as well as social impacts from being non-constant, you can see where the up and downs in life come from. The ups and downs, the roller coaster of life, people call it. Well, get out there and get outside. And all I can tell you is you need to spend at least minimum of 3 days outside at least once a month to help you balance yourself and center yourself back to that primitive type of well-being we need. That's a very important thing. But a lot of people don't think about that. And it's something that more people should think about. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know a little bit about constants and ever-changing environments that we put ourselves through, and take that out of the equation or fix that issue, and you'll see that your mental state will come back a lot better than it was previous, because you're throwing some constants in there. But get out there at least 3 days. Those that go camping all the time, oh yeah, I go camping every summer, I go a few times. Well, that's not the same. You go out there for a weekend. You need to spend some time outside with no electronics, surrounded by nature of some sort, whether it's these ponderosa pines, the bull pines, or fir trees, cedar trees. I don't care if they're deciduous trees or just bushes, plants, grassland. I don't care. You need to spend some time out there and try to incorporate that outside environment into you as a constant, and you'll start feeling a lot better about yourself and about how life is in general. You won't have that up and down. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to me rant about it, and just wanted to shed some light on some thoughts and my theories and philosophies on our environments and how they affect us in our day-to-day lives, emotionally, health-wise, emotionally, physically, and psychologically, how that affects us in our day-to-day routines in life. Routines, like I've always said, is never good. But anyway, we'll get back onto that subject, part 2. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think. I love hearing other people's options, or ideas, I should say. That's the glory of being able to have an open mind. You're not so closed off on your own thoughts that you can incorporate other people's ideals and see if it fits into your logic in your brain. It's a simple process, and more people need to just practice that and not think about they're the right ones all the time. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Never a black and white. Sometimes you got to live in that gray area, and gives you some wiggle room to do it your way. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next time. Until then, be safe out there.